What is going on, everybody? It is great to have you with us. This is Rapping for Days. I am Justin with Purple and Gold for Days. He is Rap with Purple Pocket Podcast. The Minnesota Vikings. What can you say? They lose 27-24 to the Cincinnati Bengals. Backup quarterback Browning, well, he got his revenge against us. We're going to talk about this game. We're going to talk about what's left of this season. We got 3 games left. We're 7-7, still in prime playoff position as the Green Bay Packers somehow, some way lost by 14 points to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At least we kept it within 3. But Rap, how you feeling?
Man, I mean, we definitely going to talk about some stuff, man, for sure, man. I mean, definitely isn't the best feeling in the world, right? Because we got the L, so that's never a good thing when we got the L. But who are we to blame, man? Who's to blame for this loss, man? You know, I feel like there's a couple little cookies that can go around, man, a couple cookie crumbs. But, you know, all in all, though, man, there is some bright spots to this game, too, which is weird. Like, even with the loss, it's like, damn, there is some good we can take away, you know, so. Hey, man, let's get into it, man. You know what I mean? I ain't going to be too aggressive tonight. You hear me? Like, we ain't going to be too aggressive, man. We're going to hold it down a little bit, man. But
so you're going to be the Vikings tonight. You always say to the Vikings in the draft, be aggressive.
Right.
Go get your guy. So now you're going back on everything you normally say. But
I usually am aggressive and mad as hell when we lose. But, you know, this one was kind of just like, man, damn, man. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, really? Like, really? Two times, really? Like, it was one of those type. It was one of those type.
I said this yesterday on Vikings First and SKOL, and then we'll get some shout outs going here and all that good stuff. But it would have been easier once the Vikings lost Kirk Cousins and we're 4-4 at the time. Okay, we've now gone 3-3 since then. It would be easier to accept losses if we had just been getting mollywopped, and we could say, well, we don't have Jefferson, we don't have Cousins, and the defense is just what it is, and all that good stuff. But it's the fact that over 6 games, you've gone 500, and you have found a way to be competitive in each game. And by and large, you have lost games that you really should have won. And you could say that about earlier in the season too, outside of losing to Kansas City and Philadelphia. And there's no shame in that, regardless of how Kansas City's looking right now.
Right.
You realistically, you could have beat Tampa Bay, could have beat the Chargers, could have beat the Bears, could have beat the Broncos, could have beat the Bengals. Right. This team could easily be 10-2 right now. But alas, excuse me. What would that be? 10-4, excuse me. I beg your pardon. But alas, no point in looking backwards. Let's just talk about this game. Now, to your point about being a little less aggressive, the fact that we've got an additional 24 hours to digest that mess and that we're not going live a few hours after the game is ended might have a little bit of the temperament to the enthusiasm. But let's get some shout outs. And oh, by the way, after we get some shout outs, we're going to run the prize wheel. You got that. Let me know when you got that hooked up. But right out the gate, we got T-Bass in the building who has changed his avatar to Kevin O'Connell with the X right through it. You know how I feel.
T-Bass, let me see. Pull it up. T-Bass is crazy, man.
T-Bass ain't holding any punches back. We got Davey Chains in the house. What's going on? Guy has no killer instinct. More concerned about losing games than he is putting teams away. I can't argue with that right now. We got my guy, Ryan. What's going on? It's a beautiful December Sunday. He said he went to church and had some ribs, watched the Cowboys and the Packers get mollywopped. So there is something to be said there. Speaking of the prize wheel, we got the queen. We got the matriarch. Mary is in the house. What's going on, Mary? Good to see you. Thank you so kindly for the donations as well. We'll get back to that. Man. Shout out to Chad. What's going on, Chad? Good to see you. We got Frozen North. Good evening.
Frozen. Let's go.
What's up, Frozen? Norsevius is in the building. What's going on, Norsevius?
My guy.
Norsevius talking about,
man.
You guys are late.
Papa, man. Hey, we are late, Norse. We are late. You know, sorry. My bad. My bad.
All right.
It was kind of both of us, though, because we both kind of popped on screen and both were like, hey, we'll be right back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, fashionably late. There you go. Too Evil to Hope is in the building. Get your shout out to Too Evil. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. All righty. Got a lot of
Let's give y'all a Ric Flair, man. We'll give y'all a Ric Flair, man. There you go. Let's get it.
And a Ric Flair.
We got Sodak in the house. What's going on, Sodak? Good to see you as well. It never gets old. It never gets old with you, Too Evil. It never does get old. The gift that keeps on giving. Purple Papa is in the building. What's going on, Papa? How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Man, Purple Papa almost had it right, man.
Yeah.
Purple Papa had us blowing them out, but that's never the case with the Vikings,
Shout out to Two Tony. What's going on? Good to see you. I like this one from Two Evil. I blame it on Minnesota sports. Don't know if he's even here to defend himself, but there you go.
Too evil going in on Dave,
He ain't
man,
even
for
lying.
sure.
He ain't even holding back. You ain't wrong, Davey. Wasted performances by Chandler and Addison. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Shout out to Eric in New Mexico. What's going on? Say hello to Florinda and Raquel Forrest. We very much appreciate you stopping on by. Shout out to Norsefius for the $5 super check. Y'all later than a Josh Dobbs hospital bill to change. Boy,
hey, for real.
He ain't holding back either. Everybody, there are no punches being pulled. Nobody is immune tonight. Nobody is immune tonight. I got a couple more in here, and then we'll get to it here. We got I Want to Mock Bob in the building. What's going on, Bob? Good to see you. Good to see you. And a lot of hellos with everybody here. Papa says, I'm not sure what to say after that game. No, there's not much to say. There's not much to say. All righty. We got the current shouts all completed up here, but you got the wheel ready, or do we need a little time to get the wheel ready?
Nah, we'll spin the wheel in a little while, man. We'll spin it in a little while, man. We got time. We got time. Let's talk about this game. We're gonna do the giveaway tonight.
This is giving away, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so we'll be giving that away. So I'm gonna spin the wheel. I'll plug the wheel up into the soundboard. Y'all hear it spin. Y'all can trust us. Y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I'm not in it. They not in it. One of y'all gonna win it. That's for sure.
And by the way, the next couple of prizes Mary has sent to me, and there's a couple of them in there.
Damn,
and,
that I might want to be part of, man. I mean, Mary, am I allowed? Mary? Like, am I allowed? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, Frozen North, he says, I always pull punches.
I really want like a mini helmet. So, like, if she sends you like a Vikings mini helmet, I'm definitely entering that. You know what I mean? I've always wanted a mini helmet. Never would order one myself for some reason. I don't know why.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Just a reminder, that's for any $5 donations, either on my channel for my daughter's trip or on Rap's channel for Papa Gary's grandson, getting the equipment needed for his traveling football team. So we run that every week, and we end it on the Saturday shows before. Well, no, we ended with the pregame show typically, which is on Sunday, but we do the announcements on Rapping for Days. Speaking of that, Mr. Tonic is in the building. What's going on, Mr. Tonic? Good to see you as always. Eric says he believes that you should be allowed. Well, it would look kind of suspicious if we run a contest for donations and then we end up winning the prize. So
yeah,
we just gonna have to keep ourselves disqualified. Shout out James. What's going on, James? Good to see you.
Shout out Mr. Tonic, though, man, for sure. Yeah. Shout out Mr. Tonic.
There you go. There you go. All right, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the good, the bad, the ugly? Where do you want to start, Rap?
Man, we could start with the ugly, just to get the ugly out the way real quick. You know, right. KOC, KFC, can't freaking coach. Damn, Papa. Oh, so Papa feeling some type of way. Usually Papa's more optimistic about the team, but I got you, man. Yeah, KOC, all these king of
KOC is not a popular man tonight, right off the gate. And I'll give my talks on it, because there's part of me that's just like, okay, this is crazy, but at the same time, is he taking a little too much heat? Can't freaking call plays. That the alliteration isn't there, Norsefius, but that's all right. That's all right. Well, go ahead. See what you got to say. Say what you got to say, boss.
Hold on.
What are we holding for?
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Man, listen, KOC. Hold on. Let me just hold on, because I seen one. Let me see.
Which
KOC.
one?
Everybody come up with their KOC stuff. Come up with their KOC. KOC. So King of Confusion. We have Can't Freaking Coach, which is KOC, KFC. All right. And then we have KOC. What is that?
Knocks offense. Shout out SKOL for Life, Barbara. What's going on, Barbara? Good.
So this is my thing with KOC, man. So we'll talk about it, how I really feel about him. So I actually feel like he called a really good game. You know what I mean? Like, in all reality, I feel like he called the actual good game. I mean, think about this. Nick Mullens threw for 300 and some change.
303, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, what, 2 touchdowns? I mean, shit, and we also had a 130-yard rusher. Like, to be real, like, the play calling wasn't bad at all. I think it was just that last sequence that really
threw the whole thing away.
yeah, it just threw the whole thing away, where it makes you
Yeah.
as a fan, you just like, man, like, F the rest of the game. Like, you messed up at the most crucial point of the game, and we talked about that with Kirk Cousins, right? Like, it's one thing to play a good game all the way through, but then when it matters the most, you fold. And I mean, it's kind of Kirk vibes, right? Like with KOC. So maybe that's the issue right there. I don't know, man, but I think he actually called a pretty good game. So
the most frustrating thing about this game is that there were times where Nick Mullens looked competent, ran the offense very well, and then there was other times where you see some of these ridiculously dumb decisions, and you're thinking, what the heck are you thinking? You're not a rookie. When you're taking a sack, take a sack. Don't throw the ball right into the defensive lineman for an interception.
Yeah.
And both of those touchdown passes to Jordan Addison were effort balls. The first one, he's falling backwards, barely gets the throw away. Jordan Addison makes a great shoestring catch and takes it into the end zone. And the second one, he's rolling out, and we're just like, get rid of the ball, dude. Do not take a 7-yard sack. Then just throws it up there across his body. He should have absolutely never thrown that ball, and it turns into a touchdown. I think the biggest takeaway from this game is this. Yeah, the defense did not look good in the fourth quarter. We get that. But this defense kind of deserved a little bit better in the last couple of games. You're talking about Denver, talking about Chicago.
Yeah.
And I forget what the other one was. But the point is that this defense is not the Ravens defense of 2000. It's not the 85 Bears. It was going to break at some point. And at some point, the defense had you up 17-13, and you could have blew this team away. You could have stepped on their throats and not put yourself in a position to be down like that. So ultimately, yeah, B-Flow deserves some blame here too, as well as that defense for not adjusting and for constantly playing the shell game. But that overtime sequence, like you said, that's what I'm going to take away from this. It's 3rd and inches and 4th and inches. I have no issue with doing the quarterback sneak. It had been successful a couple of times. But if you're going to do this tush push thing or this brotherly shove or whatever we're going to call it tonight, you're going to use Brandon Powell as the guy, not TJ Hawkinson, not Josh Oliver, not a backup offensive lineman. You're going to use the smallest
Gary
guy
in the building.
Say what?
I said we got another Gary in the building.
Oh, yeah.
There's another Gary.
Hold on just a second. Let me get him up here. We got this Gary. What's going on? Papa Gary, what's going on?
Good. We got Papa Gary in the building. Then we got Gary Olsen in the building.
It used to be Daves that we said. How many Daves do we got?
For sure, man.
I hope I didn't miss somebody now that I went through that. Yes, Mullens' turnover was horrible. But to me, again, I have no issue with the play call. And a lot of it is the execution. Garrett Bradbury, particularly on the 4th down, just got absolutely blown up. But yes, the process of the play call itself, I don't have an issue with. My issue is if you're going to run that play, then you don't have Brandon Powell be the guy to try to get the guy over the top and across the 1st down marker.
Right.
If you're going to run it the first time on 3rd down and then you fake it on 4th down and you run like a toss pitch out to Ty Chandler, who got 1 touch in overtime, who had already put up 130-some yards, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it at all. But
yeah, like I would have definitely put the game in Ty Chandler's hands due to the fact of the type of game he's been having. He's been having a game where he's averaging 6+ yards a carry, damn near. Like, man, you have to put the game in his hands, bro. Like he's hot. Like 3rd down should have been going to him. Like that first 3rd and inches should have been going to him. Killing our crew. Hey, yeah, like Kevin O'Connell, he's definitely like a conservative type coach. He really is, but I think he's conscious of it to where because he had an interview a couple weeks ago that I was talking about where he was bringing that up, like, hey, we got to figure out, I know it's on me. I got to figure out a way to, hey, when we're up by X amount of points, we got to figure out how to really put these games away, when we have an opportunity to do it. So he's conscious of it, but he's not showing it yet. Like, I mean, And to me, I don't know, this game was a little weird because like you said, B-Flow, the defense, not really just B-Flow, but just the defense was kind of being not what we're used to seeing either.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And in the fourth quarter, I mean, we allowed 21 points in the fourth quarter. Like that right there, you know, and we also got to throw some blame on Mullens because what we can't forget either is, you know, Kevin O'Connell called a good enough game to get Mullens in the red zone twice. That's so whether you call that 14 points or you call that 6 points, I mean, overtime
way.
wouldn't existed,
Either
right?
way.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Like a lot of this has to do with like personnel, man, like the people, the players, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
players that just didn't execute, you know,
Right.
they didn't execute at a high level. I mean, certain players, you feel me? Like
Right.
obviously Todd Chandler, man, he was a baller, man. Jordan Addison, baller. Like these
Yep.
dudes were doing their thing. And I actually give Nick Mullens some credit too, though. You know,
Mostly,
like
again, that's the thing that's frustrating about him is that he had a lot of good plays and he had a lot of what the heck are you thinking plays too. And that's just what is so mind-boggling about this team. Like you said,
right,
Ty Chandler, 23 carries, 132 for a 5-yard average. Jordan Addison over 100 yards on 6 catches. Justin Jefferson 84 on 7 catches. I mean, Justin Jefferson for his I mean, he had a couple of plays here and there, but it seemed really, that's the thing about JJ. When he has 7 for 84, that seems like a quiet game because his standard is so high. TJ Hawkinson 6 for 63. The bottom line is the offense outside of the 2 times you got into the red zone that ended up with interceptions looked very efficient and looked very comparable. And again, put this team away. Don't let yourself get into overtime where now you've got a 50-50 play.
right.
So 21 points in the fourth quarter and then the 3 in overtime. I mean, for 3 quarters, they had 3 points on the board.
Bro,
So
think about a Caleb Evans, man. Like I've been telling y'all, man. Caleb Evans, man, that boy, that boy there, man. Listen, to be honest with you, I like how he tackles. He's aggressive, big body. You know what I mean? You know, that can be physical. But when it comes to covering, man, this dude be lost, man. This dude be lost. You hear me? So
yeah,
it's just one of those things where it's like, man, I mean, I just feel like that we have a better option. I mean, what's up with Booth? Like, is Booth just that bad? You know what I mean? Maybe Booth is that bad. I don't know. But I think if there's no better option than a Caleb Evans, man, I think we're in trouble. And we need to, maybe that's where we need to look in the draft. As much as we hate going after a cornerback in the draft, like obviously there's a problem there that needs to be fixed, man. You know what I'm saying? And because Mekhi Blackman made me mad on that play too, man. Like,
yeah, I was about to say,
he's over there celebrating and shit, like as if a Caleb Evans already got the interception or something. You know what I mean?
That
Like,
was just
weird.
ridiculous. That was just ridiculous. Let me get a couple
man.
shouts to some people that just came in. We got Caesar in the house. What's going on? Just start Hall at this point. We'll talk about that. Trust me. We either get a top 10 pick or struggle in the playoffs and get bounced. KLC killer instinct is in question. I totally agree. We've got Vaughn in the building. What's going on, Vaughn? Good to see you as well. Norsefius says it's Jaron Hall time as well. Yeah, I don't disagree, but everybody knows me and Rap's opinion on Jaron Hall. We'll just leave it at that. Shout out to Norsefius for another $5. Let's get him a Ric Flair for that.
Yeah,
here,
man.
big ugly, take this ball.
Shout out Norse, man. And a Ric Flair. For sure, man. Shout out Norse. That's a fact.
I mean, again, this is what I said yesterday. The Vikings defenders, particularly the defensive backs, need to go to TCL Performance, and they need to just be out in the backwoods somewhere and have some quarterback, whether it's one of the guys we got or just some slappy, and they just need to play a couple of rounds of 500, where you call out a number, and if you catch it, you get those points, and once you get to 500, you get to be the next thrower, because these guys on jump balls on 3rd and 21 or 3rd and 24 or the T. Higgins touchdown, it's like, if you're on the sidelines, let the guy catch it and just knock him out of bounds. Don't let him land in bounds. And how many times this year, either in the end zone or down around the goal line, have we just had catches where it's just like, don't try to go up and knock the ball away. If you can't get it, that's fine. If you're 5'10", 6'1", and the other guy's 6'4", just let him high point the ball and knock him out of bounds. That's all you have to do. But all of these 3rd down and 20-some conversions, it was just ridiculous. Again, this team, this entire season, just needs to make 1 or 2 more plays.
Yeah.
1 or 2 more plays.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
That's a fact. And speaking of speaking of the like playoffs and what this team faces, now I think there's a formula there. I did a video with about the Ty Chandler thing. Like I think there's a formula there. How we used to run the ball with Dalvin Cook in his prime and play defense. I think Ty Chandler can handle that. I think we need to switch up the way we do. Now I know Kevin O'Connell isn't going to do that
No, of
because
course not.
he wants his quarterback to throw for 300 yards and stuff, and he's going to try to force it with Mullens. And I'm gonna tell you, we might have got away with it. You know, we might have got
Against the
away with it
Raiders.
against not even against the Raiders, against this team, the Bengals. But what I'm saying is that's not going to happen against most of the teams that's in the playoffs and shit. Like it's going to be ugly for Nick Mullins. So you feel me? Like I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I just don't have that much confidence in it. So I think we need to switch the game plan and control the ground. You know, the Bills did it today against the Dallas Cowboys. They just ran down their damn throat. You hear me? Like for sure. And that's what we need to switch it and switch our game plan up to smash mouth if we want to have any chance, you know, and hope that the defense comes back around next week and doesn't continue on to that 21 points in one quarter. Let's hope that don't continue. You know what I mean? Don't look Donna Shellis out there for sure.
At least Evans is out there, unlike his learning his trade, other than a whole lot of guys and other draft picks. Well, I knew the Lewis Scene mention would get in here at some point, but I mean, again, Caleb Evans didn't have the best game, but most of the DBs didn't. And one of my keys to the game was these DBs were going to be left on islands a lot. And it is so frustrating when you get a team into 3rd and 20 plus and you give up not 1, not 2, but 3 conversions of the 3rd and 20 plus. Right. So again, it all just fell apart in the worst possible ways. You've had a defense that's been playing outstanding, and they didn't have one outstanding quarter. You have an offense that looks better, but still is turning the ball over. I'll say it again. Through 14 games, we have 26 turnovers. That is almost 2 turnovers a game. It's real simple. When we turn the ball over, we lose. When we don't turn the ball over, or if we win the turnover margin, we win. It's really as simple as that. Now, is that going to be a winning formula if we get to these playoffs? Who knows? But it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. Shout out to hold on just a second. Shout out to Two Evil for the 5 bones. All right, a 7-10 record and a top 10 pick isn't sounding so bad. Start Hall. Let's get into Jaren Hall real quick. Rapp and I both said after the bye week, it should be Jaren Hall. In fact, so we said it even before the bye week. We said it for the Chicago game. They're not going to play Jaren Hall because they're still in the playoffs, and they think that the safe play is going to be the best way to get into the playoffs. They're thinking about right now. They're not like us that are forward thinkers saying, hey, let's find out what we got from Hall and let's see what we have next season. So if you saw Hall play for 6 games and he looked really, really good, then you don't got to draft a quarterback in the first round. But they don't see it that way. They see the opportunity to go to the playoffs, and that's their number one priority. I would start Jaren Hall next week against the Detroit Lions. It's a home game. He's been in the building all offseason. He knows the playbook better. I don't care that Nick Mullens is a wily veteran. Nick Mullens, you saw the best and the worst from him. You saw him have really good drives and really good command of the offense. I'll give him that. But you also saw 2 dumb, ridiculous interceptions, both in the red zone. What you got?
Tonic has a good point too. He says, you know, Ty was dominating.
Yeah.
Why not feed him the ball until they can stop him? You know what I mean? And he's allergic to the ground tag, you know. Hey, I'm telling you right now, like that's how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like, listen, if the ball, if they can't stop the run, you keep pounding it. You feel me? Like that's a fact. Like you keep running the ball. Like if you control the ground, man, you gotta. Hey, that's the best way to beat it. If a team shows you that they can't stop the run, keep feeding the damn running back, man. The man was doing his thing. That's what makes that. I mean, that's the only thing that really discourages me with the last sequence, man. With the inches. It'd be different if it was 4th and inches, right? So like on that 4th down, I feel like, all right, QB sneak, that's a fact. Like, I mean, that play is legit, right? Like that's your percentages of getting that, it's high. Like it's just one of those things where you have to run a QB sneak right there. There's no other play to run. But I mean, on the 3rd down though, man, turn around and hand that bitch off, man. For sure, man. This dude was popping 6 yards a run, man. Give him a chance, you know, because he can make people miss too in the backfield and stuff. So, you know, I just wish he would have handed the ball off. For sure.
To Gary Olson's point, why did it take so long? Well, that's Kevin O'Connell. He's too loyal to players he knows very well. And I will say this, Ty Chandler was just balling yesterday. And if you look at the Vikings possessions when they went 3 and out or when they turned the ball over or whatever the case may be, when they were running the ball with Ty Chandler, they were having more success. And Kevin O'Connell, again, outsmarted himself. It's as simple as that. He outsmarted himself. I want to do a pass-happy team. I want to get the ball up and down the field. Dude, you have a backup quarterback in there. He's not Kirk Cousins. For whatever we want to say about Kirk, okay, which is a whole nother discussion. Whatever you want to say, you don't have your guy. So you've got a running back that is absolutely ripping off runs 7-8 yards at a time. And then you go away from that. That's another thing about yesterday that drives me crazy about O'Connell. It's like, dude, what else do you need to see from this running back that you don't give him touches? He got 1 touch on that drive in overtime. And he only had 23 carries, so it's not like he was already at 33 and was starting to wear down or whatever else. Get Ty Chandler the ball more often. You finally got a guy who can adequately look like Dalvin Cook out there and adequately move the ball on first down. It's utterly ridiculous to me that he didn't get more. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had that one up already. But anyway, shout out to Minnesota Sports Talk with Al. What's going on, Al? Good to see you.
Minnesota Sports Talk with Al, man. Shout out to you. Shout out Joke in the building, man. And Zoe, did you shout out Zoe too?
I was just getting right there. There goes Zoe. Thank you kindly for joining us, Zoe, as always. You had a great show last night after Tony left. You and Catch. Y'all had me cracking up, Zoe. You had me cracking up. So good to see you.
Were they arguing and shit on there?
No, Zoe was just like, KOC, he's terrible for real. You know how Zoe get. How
you done turn your back on KOC already? Come on, man.
Yeah. What's up, Joker? Good to see you as always. Thank you so kindly for joining us. Let's hit that reset button. Hit that like button. Wipe your feet at the door if you guys did not already hit the like button. And if you don't already subscribe to both Purple and Gopher Days and Purple Pocket Podcast, hit that sub up there. Although we got most of the regulars in here, so we know that y'all sub. But if you're not, hit that sub button and let's go.
That's up. Hit the subscribe button. Rap, we playing Madden tonight. Hey, look, I've been on my Madden. I've been practicing now. Listen, I'm ordering the piece though. I'm ordering the piece, Purple Papa, so we can stream it. You know what I mean? So once I get the piece, we're gonna stream that thing, man. I mean, I want the world to see this. You know what I'm saying? I want no having to explain what happened. I want people to see what happened. You know
you want there to be visual evidence.
Yeah, we ain't gotta even talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
You be like that replay commercial on Progressive or whoever it was where somebody throws the flag about, hey, you were supposed to grab this. No, you didn't say that. Yes, I did. Let's look at the replay. But anyway. I agree with Zoe.
Smart for his damn self. Yeah,
absolutely. We said that right before you got here. And what's funny about this is, again, one game in and of itself doesn't. Let me be clear. I'm not saying we should be in the conversation of firing KOC. I am not there yet. The guy's 20-11 over his first 31 games. He has instilled a much better culture than what Mike Zimmer had at the end. But these mistakes continuously happen. And they have happened over the course of 2 seasons. I'll talk to you again about the Detroit Lions game in Detroit last year, where we're down 14-7 going into the half, and he calls a handoff to Dalvin Cook, and then to try to have Dalvin Cook do a jump pass to a tight end after everybody comes up to try to tackle him. It's plays like that. It's inopportune, dumb calls like that. That play where you passed it backwards to Justin Jefferson and you were trying to have Jefferson throw the ball to KJ. Yeah.
No.
If Justin Jefferson had a half more second to set his feet and actually throw that, KJ was wide open.
Mm-hmm.
But that's no different than in that playoff game where it's 3rd and 1 and you toss it to Jefferson just to have him pass the ball back to Kirk Cousins. It's like, you don't need to make this more difficult on yourself and on your team.
Yeah.
It's
Bob. We definitely and I added everybody too that added me now. Everybody that added me on Xbox Network now, y'all check. We friends now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we gonna bet, Bob. Yeah, we gonna do side bets, man. Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Get your Cash App set up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely do some side bets.
There you go. No, I totally agree, Zoe. I totally agree. And what I said in my pregame show about KOC was pick a lane. Last year, he come out hot in the first quarter, maybe the first quarter and a half. Then they would disappear for a quarter or two. And then when things got desperate, he turned it on. And they just played F it. Let's go. We got nothing to lose. We're down. Yesterday and today is the anniversary today is the calendar date, but yesterday, the Saturday game that I went to with my daughter and a dear friend of mine and her son to that Indianapolis Colts game. And we got everything I don't say handed to us, but we got every bounce last year. And yesterday, we didn't get any of those bounces. It's as simple as that. But no, I totally agree, Zoe, that he's less aggressive this year because he's got a defense that's keeping him in games. And so now it's almost like he's afraid to be aggressive because he's playing not to lose. And what have we said about when you play not to lose? What happened?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel a little different. I guess I feel a little bit different about KOC after this, man, for sure. You know, I think I feel a little different. Like I told y'all, I think he actually coached a good game. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. I don't know why everybody's so mad at him, but to me, I think he coached a good game. Listen, I mean, we got to hold these grown ass men accountable for not being able to get inches, man. You know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers, like, just think about you being the quarterback behind there or being the offensive line. Are you going to get inches? You know what I mean? Like you're going into it with a mentality like, bro, they are not stopping us, bro. I don't care what play Kevin O'Connell called. Like we're getting this shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, look, I get it, man. Like that is the highest percentage play that he could have called, and he called it 2 times in a row. And it just shows how, for one, there's a science, right? There's a science to the QB sneak, and I think that Nick Mullens just isn't good at it. For one, he's just not a good QB. He hesitates too. Every time he would get the ball, he would hesitate before he goes. You'll notice a good QB sneaker, man, right when they hike it, they're down. They don't even lift their head up. Like they're just down and crawling up under the pile. He's the type, man. He just doesn't know how to do it, man. There's a science to QB sneaking, man, and he's not good at it. And then on top of that, Garrett Bradbury got blown up.
Oh, he got destroyed. Yeah.
Dalton Reisner got blown up on the first one. Bradbury got blown up on the second one, or it might be vice versa, whatever. But they both each got blown the hell up, you know. So like, man, we got to hold these little soft motherfuckers accountable, man. You know what I mean? Like these motherfuckers should have been able to get inches, man. You know, like that's why it's hard for me to be super mad at Kevin O'Connell. I mean, I'm upset about it, but I mean, I'm also upset about the personnel, bruh. Like, come on, man. Y'all got to get inches, man. Come on, man. 32 out of 32 teams gonna get that shit every time. How the hell? It's just like, and it's a problem because we had this happen last year and at the Bills game, right? Like now, granted, we had a freaking weird ass play happen where Josh Allen fumbles in the end zone and you know, we recover it, but still, man, you gotta know how to get the fucking first down on a QB sneak, man. Like we need a quarterback that knows how to do that shit. Let's start there. You know what I mean? Rap's just on a lingerie. Man, listen, man, I'm married, man. I can't do no shit like that. What the hell?
Well, I'm just gonna say this.
I'm gonna be moving up there with y'all ass.
I'll just say this. Before the week before the playoff game, you were referring to the New York Giants as the New York
G-strings. Yeah. I could talk like that, but goddamn, I can't host no lingerie podcast. Goddamn.
No, I totally agree, Northfield. Again, you had a running back. Again, I'm not saying that his entire game was whack because it wasn't. He had by and large a very good game.
Yeah,
but by and large, having a good game when you make questionable calls at the most inopportune times, like you said, that's like Adrian Peterson running for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game against the Saints in 2009, but he also fumbled the ball 3 times. Now you only lost one of them, but still, it's just like Blair Walsh. He done kicked all 3 field goals that game against the Seattle Sea Chickens, but you have a 27-yarder to win it and you miss it. The other 3 that you made don't really matter at that point. All that matters is what did you do in the clutch. Let me get a couple shots. JDT is in the house. What's going on? Purple Mafia SKOL Pro is in the house as well. Give those 2 or a horn.
Oh, yeah, we get the Ric Flair in there, man. SKOL Bro in the building too, man.
And the Ric Flair.
Let's go. Yeah, man, again, man, I'll say this one more time, man. It's hard for me. Y'all know I'm a KOC guy, man. I still to this day think we made the right move. And the reason why I say that is because first of all, he's still young. All right. Like it would be different if this was a veteran coach that's been a head coach for teams and we brought him in. and he's doing shit like this that he's done on his prior team. And it's like, bro, we should have seen the evidence from his prior team. But like, we're talking about a guy that this is his first opportunity to be a head coach, and he's doing play calling, and he came in. We won 13 games. Now, you could say that's a product of the players he was handed. But to me, if you ask me, he came into a shithole. You know what I mean? If you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how everything just unraveled with Mike Zimmer at the end. So he actually came in as a rookie head coach, expected to hold up the Viking standard, bro, because whether, you can call it what it is, but as Vikings fans, we're used to winning at least 8 games a season, bro. I don't give a damn. So like, that's already a task for Kevin O'Connell to come in and at least hold up that standard in year 1. And he did that, and then he exceeded it. And then this year, I mean, shit, he's still on track to have a Viking type season. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
yes, no different.
Mediocre.
Exactly. Hey, but at the end of the day, though, that's the Viking way, bro. That's the Viking way, though. Like shit. At the end of the day, think about this: all the coaching mistakes he made this season already, right? But let's just say we wind up winning. What are we, 7? We wind up winning 2 out of these 3 games,
right?
Or if we just win 1 and we go 8-9, that's a Viking season. You know what I mean? That's who we've been for as long as I can fucking remember. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. I mean, you'll have your sprinkles in there of we might win 13 games and shit, but most of the time, man, that's what we're winning, man. 8 to 10 games. And 10 games is a good season.
All these owners want. They just, hey, let's be relevant up until the last week of the season. Right. And if we get in the playoffs, so much the better. I'm going to put this up from T-Bass. Explain why you have your guy with bad ribs throwing the ball. I've seen plenty of quarterbacks get laid out. Yeah, no. JJ threw that ball early because he saw it. He knows he doesn't have the protections that quarterbacks would have. So, no, you're absolutely right. That was the one, too.
But JJ can throw that rock, too.
Absolutely.
I actually like that. I like that play call, too. You know what I mean? Like somebody whiffed their block. Somebody missed their assignment on that damn play.
Or they just sniffed it out so quick.
They sniffed it out. Yeah. Because like you said earlier, if he had a fucking 1 millisecond, extra second, like that was a touchdown, bro. JJ was going to put that ball on him, bro. JJ could throw that rock now. I'm trying to tell you, boy, he was going to hit him. He was going to hit him with a dart. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that play call, man. Like, that's the thing. I'm just trying to make sure I straddle that line of, okay, when KOC isn't aggressive and isn't doing plays like that, I'm mad at him. Then when he does the plays, I'm still mad at him. So I want to make sure that I'm finding that balance of, okay, let me look. Because I went today and kind of did a fast run of the game again, just to kind of see the plays and see how he was mixing it up. And I was like, yo, at the end of the game, I really had to come away from that game and tell myself, like, bro, Kevin O'Connell actually didn't call a bad game, bro. This motherfucker got a quarterback that hasn't played football since 2018, and he threw for 300 yards. He had mistakes, but that wasn't on Kevin O'Connell. That was on Nick Mullens just being a fucking dummy, like for sure, especially the second one, man. You're going down. Like, if one play that pissed me off even more than the sneak was when quarterbacks are going down to the ground with their back to the play, and yet they still try to throw the ball. That is one thing that just grinds, man. What Family Guy say, man? Grinds my gears, man. Like straight up, man. If there's one play because Dobbs does that too, and that shit just bothers me, man. Like, who are you throwing the ball to? You know what I mean? Like, for real, it just makes no sense, man. Just take the sack. That's one thing we can appreciate Kirk for. Like, if the sack there, he taking the sack. You feel me? Like, he gonna definitely live to fight another damn down. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. I mean, sometimes it's a bad thing, but sometimes most of the time it's a good thing, man, when it comes to shit like that, because that right there was points that you left on the board, and then that first one, nobody was open. JJ wasn't even close to open.
No, just throw it out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he wasn't even close to open, bro. Like, it's almost like Mullens was just a robot and said, okay, this is the read. I'm just going to throw it. Like, you idiot. Like, come on, man. Like, he was double covered, bro. Like, he wasn't even close to open, like not even a little bit. And you threw it. So it was just weird, man. I don't know. But that's the quarterback play we got to deal with, though.
Yes.
And, I'm not too mad at him because I expected him to make mistakes. And we all, as Vikings fans, should have went into that game understanding that, hey, look, this shit might look a little ugly at the quarterback position, but I had a feeling that your boy Ty Chandler would be able to make up for that. And he did. You know what I mean? And we should have kept feeding him, man.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, let me get some shouts here. Vikings fan 123, what's going on? We got Clifford in the building. What's going on here? KLC always has 3 or 4 head scratching decisions. Yes, we totally agree. We got a house call from the doctor. What's going on, Dr. Proto? Good to see you. We got Lemmy in the building. Let's all just face it. We're a snake bitten franchise. Yeah.
And go to T-Bat. T-Bat said, Rap, if you're a KOC fan, could you explain to me what his duties was as OC in Los Angeles? That's the thing. Like, I don't know. Shout out 10. Yeah. Hey, put that back. That's my guy.
That's your guy? Okay.
Yeah, man. That's my guy, man. We be on the phone, man. We chat it up. Shout out my guy 10 ton, man. For sure. What'd he say? How you finish is what matters. Yep. Historically, we don't know how to finish. That's a fact. KOC should just focus on trying to coach and stop calling plays. Okay, yep, because the dude is simply just not prepared for the moment. I can agree. I can agree with that. Like, there's been plenty times where, he doesn't call the right play. I just don't think yesterday was that day. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think yesterday. I don't think any coach coaches a better offensive game with the circumstances. Coaches any better than what KOC did yesterday, in my opinion. Because again, we got to look at the QB sneak. You got 3rd and inches and 4th and inches. You have 2 opportunities. Bro, any coach would have QB sneaked that. You know, I think that was lack of execution.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That was lack of execution. You can't put it all on just him because it didn't work.
Right.
What I do put on him is on 3rd down, you use Powell and it gets blown up in your face.
Getting cute.
Yeah. And then you try the same play again. That's the part I have a problem with. Yeah. If you're going to do that play again, use a bigger guy than Brandon Powell.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with that per se. But
so let me ask y'all this for the ones who really hate Kevin O'Connell too, though. Like, so last year winning 13 games and winning close games and the crucial ass games, like last year, y'all remember all of these games that we won that were down to the wire and we had to do last 2-minute drives just to win these ball games. I mean, are we forgetting about that? I mean, just last year, Vikings fans, we wanted him to win Rookie Coach of the Year, and we were mad as hell that he didn't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, shit, I don't know, man. I just don't think he's that bad. Like, for like, who the hell? Let me ask y'all this: we get rid of Kevin O'Connell, then what? You know what I'm saying? Then what? Who we bringing in? Who we bringing in that's gonna be better?
Your guy Jim Harbaugh.
This damn franchise.
Your guy Jim Harbaugh.
Hell no, man. Jim Harbaugh getting suspended and all type of shit in Michigan. He can't even stay on the field in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't even coach my college team because he's studying some bullshit. Man, I don't want that, man. Hell no, man. Yeah, listen, y'all. As Vikings fans, now I will agree. Maybe give the play calling up. You know what I mean? Maybe give the play calling up. You feel me? I'm all right with that. I can agree with that. Maybe give the play calling up.
Says, let me be the one ever else. Shout out James. What's going on? Somebody else needs to call plays. Definitely. I'm at that point. I'm not at the point of, again, let's take the 30,000 foot view. You're 4-4 and you lose Kirk Cousins. And now you've got your 4th quarterback that you started this year and you are still competitive. Let's look at it from both sides. Yeah. If you had told any coach halfway through the season, you already done lost Justin Jefferson, and now you've lost your quarterback, what's a reasonable expectation? And yeah, going 500 with your 4th quarterback this season, there's something to be said that he has kept the ship afloat. The problem I have with all of that thought process is it's the way you're losing and who you're losing to. If you lost to Kansas City by 3 or 7 points, or you lost to Philly by 3 or 7, or Dallas, all these good teams with your 4th starting quarterback and without JJ for a while, I can listen to that where it's just like, hey, you shouldn't have even been in this game. You should have lost by 20 some points. But and I said this earlier, it would be a lot easier if they were just losing these games by 10 or 17 points and Nick Mullens had 4 turnovers or Josh Dobbs had 4 turnovers and you weren't even close. It would be easier to accept that. But it's the fact that you are, in fact, in these games, and the only reason you're losing is turnovers here, or bad play call here, or bad execution there. It would just be a lot easier if they weren't losing close. Losing close is the most frustrating thing. It really is.
Okay, I got you too. I got you on that. Let me, because I'm gonna tell you, I feel like it's me against the motherfucking world right now, right? Because everybody in the chat won't go against Kevin O'Connell. Now I'm gonna ask y'all this, right? Is it Kevin O'Connell's fault that we allowed these motherfuckers to score 21 points in the fourth quarter? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Kevin O'Connell's offense put up 24 points, bruh. Like, how much more did you want from this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much more did you want from this man? You wanted 24, you wanted 25 points. I mean, I get you. I get it, 28, but we wouldn't have had to go into overtime. Bro, the defense allowed a team to score 21 points in the goddamn fourth quarter, bro. That is crazy. Like, so, I mean, at the end of the day, man, the defense melted down on us. And actually, the strong suit of our team. You know what I'm saying? Like, the defense, we didn't expect that. Like, our defense just came off of a shutout. We haven't allowed a touchdown in, what was it? Like, they had the time on the screen. Like, bro, like, our defense was supposed, we were supposed to lean on that. You know what I mean? Like, our defense was supposed to hold that down, man. They let us down, bro. They let us down. Now, I do say, hey, you know, the defense been holding us down. Hey, look, Kevin O'Connell, it's your turn for your offense to goddamn, you know, finally win us a game. Flores has been doing you favors all year. So let's make it happen. But again, we scored 24 points, man, with a damn third string quarterback. Let's just call it for what it is, man. Nick Mullens is a third string quarterback. Most teams, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Our quarterback room is just depleted. Like, he's our QB2, but on a lot of teams, that bitch a QB3, man. I mean,
well, it goes back to answer your question. I don't think that there's any single entity that deserves 100% of the blame. But I also don't think that any entity deserves no blame either. Kevin O'Connell's not the only reason they lost. Kevin O'Connell did a lot of good things right. He just had a couple of times where it's just like, I scratch my head on Brandon Powell.
And real quick, what does Wes Phillips do? What the hell does
I don't know what he does. That's a very good point. I have zero idea. Shout out to Swerve, though. He's got a good point. Who do we blame? Yeah, we talked about it earlier before you got here, Swerve, but shout out to you. Yeah, Mekhi Blackmon, what the heck are you doing on that game-tying touchdown? Standing there jumping up and down like your boy had already intercepted the pass. You know what? If you had kept on running, you might be able to knock him out of bounds, like I said, or at the very least, you could have done something like maybe not let him reach across the goal line. Maybe, just maybe, if you are in position as opposed to jumping up and down, I don't know. Maybe they score on the next play anyway. I don't know. But Mekhi Blackmon, what were you thinking? I honestly have no idea.
Mekhi Blackmon or Caleb Evans, I'll blame them more than I blame Kevin O'Connell. You know what I'm saying? I'm blaming them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you let a guy do a miraculous play on your ass. Like, the quarterback just heaved the ball up. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally just heaved it up. Like, I mean, you know what I call it, y'all. Y'all know what I call it, the F it ball. You hear me? Like, that's what that was. That ball was supposed to be picked off. You know what I mean? And Evans, man, Evans is, I told y'all, man, Evans ain't him, man. I mean, like, we have a problem at cornerback, man. If we can get one more solid cornerback, I'm gonna tell you, we gonna be in there, like, for real. And again, I hate going into every draft saying, oh, we need to get a DB, but you know, at the end of the day,
how many years have we said that, though?
At the end of the day, I mean, you got to keep trying to hit until you hit. You know what I mean? I think we need it. We need that guy, man. We definitely need that guy. But you know, Caleb Evans, man, this dude is a bozo, man. Like, you know what I mean? He's always lost. He's just always, I don't know, man. But he can tackle. Like, he has good traits about him. Yes. He does have good traits about him, but you know,
shout out Gil. What's going on, Gil? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming on by. Let's hit that reset button. Hit the like button if you didn't on the way in. And if you don't already subscribe to both Purple Pocket Podcast and Purple and Gold for Days, hit that subscription button. Reminder that we do this show on both channels. We do it every other week. So next week, I don't know how we're going to figure it out with Christmas and all that good stuff, but we'll find a way.
Yeah, we'll find a way. When do we play? We play
on Christmas Eve. That's Sunday. So
we play Sunday. Okay, we'll just do it Sunday night. What's wrong? What do you mean?
On Christmas Eve?
Yeah, what's wrong with doing it on Christmas Eve? What the hell? Like, I mean, hey, all y'all grown in this chat, right? Y'all got to be to bed at a certain time so Santa can come. I mean, just let me know. It's all good. I mean, if y'all
I will
can't make
figure
it
it
because
out.
Santa coming, you know, what I mean, it's
We'll
all
figure
good.
it
I
out. I'm just
understand.
saying, might have some plans on Christmas
Okay.
Eve
All
night,
right.
but
Well,
we'll
I
figure
got
it
you.
out.
If not, yeah, we'll
We'll
figure it out.
figure
We'll
it out.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Ugh.
But yeah, man. I mean, real quick, man. Like everybody in the chat, man. For me, man. For R.A. Peasy, man. Like, just hold off on Kevin O'Connell slander real quick, man. Don't let's hold off on the guy, okay? Like, listen to me. The guy isn't as bad as you think he is, man.
Right.
Like, listen, we know that our team doesn't have the best personnel at this moment either, right? Let's not act like this team don't got some holes, man. You know what I mean? Like this team got some holes that needs to be fixed. So let's handle that first, man. I think Kevin O'Connell gonna come around, man. Give him next year. Next year, now if he doing this bullshit next year, I'm with y'all. I'll be fully on board of get rid of him. And honestly, if y'all say get rid of him now and he fucks up next week, I'll be with y'all. Y'all know how I go. I flip quick. But again, right now, man, go back and
Whichever way
watch
the
the
wind
game.
blows.
Yeah, just go back and watch the game, though, man. Like you'll realize that he actually called a really good football game, man. For sure, he did, man.
And let me be clear, I'm frustrated with a couple of calls here and there that remind me of other things that have happened over the course of his almost 2 years. I am definitely not on the train that says he needs to be fired or that he needs to be replaced and we just need to elevate B-Flow. Let's slow down on the B-Flow stuff, okay? Because he ruined Tua. Let's just call that for what it is. He ruined Tua. And maybe
Brian Flores?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Brian Flores isn't proven to be a good head coach either.
No,
So, like,
right.
For the people who want to just move him into the head coaching spot, I mean, good luck, bro. Like, it's not going to be that much different.
It's not going to be just as simple as swapping the guys out. And again, B-Flow might be one of those guys. And so might KOC be one of those guys that's better as a coordinator than as a head coach. I think B-Flow as my coordinator, I will take 20 times out of 10. But I don't know if he can handle being a head coach. He's had an opportunity. Now, again, where there's some other things behind the scenes that was, some nonsense about, hey, I'm going to pay you to lose games, and then he didn't do it, and then he got fired. Okay, that's a whole nother discussion. That is a complete and utter other discussion. But let's not just say, oh, fire, KOC. And I don't want to hear about, well, Mike Tomlin, hey, we should have fired Childress. You're not going to fire Childress after 1 year, number one. Number two, the Denny Green into Brian Billick and or Tony Dungy. Dennis Green at that particular time was a winning head coach and had gone to the playoffs every year. So you're not going to fire him. You can't let the results of what happened with coordinators that went into a different scenario say, oh, well, in hindsight, we should have fired this coach and kept this coordinator. It doesn't always translate that way. It doesn't.
James said B-Flow has 4 Super Bowl rings. Yeah, because he was with the Patriots, right?
With the Patriots, with some of them, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I mean, James, that's like saying the third string quarterback also had Super Bowl rings. I was on that team.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I mean, shit, man. He was young during those eras and wasn't really. He was the fucking assistant's assistant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to go for that. You know what I mean? That's like Robert Horry, man, in the NBA. You know what I mean? Robert Horry got like 6 rings, bro.
Yeah. He's got 7, actually. Yeah, 7, Robert Horry's better than Michael Jordan.
Can you compare him to Jordan? Like,
no. No, exactly. Rob Horry, the Will Smith lookalike, by the way. You ever noticed that, by the way? That Robert
Horry made 1 basket per game. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't make shit. I don't care if B-Flow got 4 rings. B-Flow had his chance at Miami, and I feel bad for B-Flow, and B-Flow's a beast. You feel me? Like, as a defensive coordinator,
yes.
Now, what I can say is you could tell B-Flow is an alpha and Kevin O'Connell gives me beta vibes. So, like, that's one thing because y'all know how I feel about, like, when you're playing football, man, I like alphas to be out there because those guys are usually going to win. Because think about it. All football is any sport. Sports are just a friendly way to have war, right? Like, that's what it is, man. You know, it's a friendly war. That's what it is. You go out there and you battle to see who comes out on top. And when you're playing when you're doing stuff like that, you want to have alphas out there controlling the narrative. You know what I mean? So when you have somebody like Kevin O'Connell, yes, there's things that affect us, like him not putting in Ty Chandler weeks ago. You know, him not putting
Right.
Jordan Addison in above KJ weeks ago.
Right.
And, you know, but guess what? Yesterday he did. There was 2 wide receiver sets, and guess who was out there? Jordan Addison and JJ. And you know what? Hey, look, he moved Dobbs to the emergency quarterback. That's why I say give him some time. I think he's starting to realize, like, listen, I'm done with all the nice guy shit, man. I'm about to just start doing what's best for the team now and what needs to be done. Maybe B flows in his ear. Like, hey, bruh, you know what I mean? Like all that friend shit, that nice shit, man. We gonna have to cut that shit out. You know what I mean? Let's put the best players on the field. You know what I mean?
That's what
So
I'm doing.
let's see, man.
All right, so let's get the drawing.
Yeah.
Before we get too much further into this, let's get this drawing going.
Let's get it, man. Hold on, let me spin the wheel. Damn, I had the wheel pulled up too. Hold on.
And reminder, this is for last week's, which is the Vikings calendar.
That's for that. Yep, I'm gonna turn it up so y'all can hear the wheel spin. All right. And the winner is SKOL Mafia. My SKOL bro.
There you go.
My SKOL bro won that thing, man. Shout out SKOL Mafia, man. Let's go, man. Shout out Mafia.
You got his SKOL Mafia. Send me your mailing address, and I will send that on to Mary, and she'll get that sent out to you. Okay, now that we've done last week's, it's time.
What's the new one?
The new one.
The new one up.
Here's the new one. Here.
Let's go. My SKOL bro won, man.
We've got a limited edition drinkware set as well as some really nice wood art.
Mary got all the good treats, man. Can I enter that one? God damn.
I'll tell you off air maybe what next week's is because it's fire too. But yeah, $5 donations either on Purple and Gold for Days or over on Rapping for Days. Mine is for my daughter's field trip to New York City and Washington, D.C. coming up here this spring. The one on Rap's channel is for Gary's grandson.
No, we're done with that. We're done with
that.
Oh,
you're done? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it'll just be pretty much raffled to go towards that, and we'll share something with Mary, man. We'll break something off with Mary for sure.
All
for
right,
doing this for everybody.
There you go.
For sure, man. Because hey, look, this is lit, man. Mary got all the good treats, man. Like I love that. So show SKOL Mafia what he won real quick, just to remind him.
Let me get
pull that one up real quick. This your gift, SKOL bro, right there. Bam. That boy got the calendar and that boy. What is that? Is that a book?
So that's the Vikings yearbook. Yes.
Okay. Let's go. That's fine.
There on Bud Grant, as you can see in the lower corner there. Bud Grant's got a really big section in there, but also again the 2024 wall calendar. So that's this coming year. See, she's not going to give you a calendar for the year. That's just about to end. So there you go. There you go,
man. Shout out Mary, man. Shout out Mary for doing that for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so
much. Shout out Mary for sure, man. Mary the queen, the queen, man. You know, should I send it? Yeah, you can send your address today on Twitter or me, or you could text it to me, SKOL. Whatever's easier, bro.
Yeah, whatever's.
We'll get it to her.
Let's see. Hold up. Sorry. Spare. Take this down. Too many buttons, ladies and gentlemen. Too many buttons here. I also have Cash App. In fact, I forgot to put it up there this whole time.
Yeah, we got Cash App. Zoe, you so sophisticated, man, with the Apple Pay, man. Where you want tap the damn screen, and that's gonna be next, right, Zoe? With Apple.
Yeah.
They just gonna have the QR code down there. You just tap that shit and donate.
So either send it directly to Rap, and Rap will send it to me, and I'll send it to Mary, or you can send it to me. Either way is fine.
Real quick though, Max. So we going on an hour, right?
Yeah.
So I know you seem like you ready to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta help my daughter finish picking out her high school
real quick. Real quick then. How many more minutes you got? Like 2 more, 3 more?
2 more, 3 more, fine. Whatever.
Two more. Just real quick. How you feel about the Lions, real quick, man? Let's see what we're gonna do.
We're gonna need to bring our A game and then some. Okay. We can't have turnovers. We can't have defensive lapses. Their offense looked ridiculous yesterday.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough game, particularly with the way we've been playing. Now, again, if our defense goes back to the way it has been and not giving up 24 points in the fourth quarter and overtime, we got a shot. If our defense continues the way it does and the Lions put up 28, 35 points, I don't think our offense can keep up. So right now, it's going to be a tough game. Not impossible. We can absolutely still win this game. And yes, we can still win this division. All we need to win this division is to win our last 3 games and to have Detroit lose against the Dallas Cowboys in the interim game on New Year's Eve, which even though Dallas kind of got whatever today, I mean, what was the final score?
They got spanked. They got spanked for sure.
So
they definitely got spanked. I think Dallas, it was 30. I think it was 34-3 as I was watching it in the fourth quarter, Dallas might have scored again. So I think it was 34-10. So, and there was like 4 minutes left. So it's up in that range. They definitely got beat by 3 scores. That's a fact.
Oh, yeah, 31-10. Oh, boy.
Okay,
So, yeah,
31-10.
Dallas is still going to be fighting for their division, and it's going to be tough for them because Philly's got the tiebreaker over them due to conference record. But bottom line, you win your last 3, and you hope that the Cowboys beat the Lions. You can still win this division. You win 2 out of your last 3 games, you're definitely going to the playoffs. You might be able to go to the playoffs with just 1 more win.
Make sure you add Joker. You got Joker. Make sure you note that Joker.
Yep.
Okay.
Shout out Joker for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you very, very much.
That's for the next drawing too.
So yeah, everything tonight is for the next one. So I got them all in here, and we'll get some more opportunities tomorrow night as well as Tuesday and Thursday. But regardless, thank you so very much, Purple Gang, for everybody who donated, whether it's to me or whether it's to Gary's fund as well.
Facts.
We just can't say enough. And thank you everybody for showing up on these shows, regardless of how our team is doing, because it is a lot easier to talk our talk.
Yeah.
When we got you guys here with us throwing stuff into the chats here. So
for sure.
Any last and final words there, my good friend?
Man, real quick, my final words is, man, I went and did something special today. Me and Dave Luff have something coming together from First and SKOL. And I went today and actually finalized something that me and him have going on, man. So just be on the lookout for that. It's very special. I know he cherishing it. I'm cherishing it as well. It's a fun project. So, you know what I mean? I'm excited, and y'all are going to be excited to see what we got going on for sure, man. It's going to be lit. You feel me? So I actually got to get off here and go check something out for it. So like, yeah, man, it's going to be fire, man. So just be tapped in, which I know you guys are, man. I appreciate it. Hey, shout out Mr. Tonic with the 1999. Let's go, man. Mr. Tonic going in.
Let's get some horns or some Ric Flairs for these guys.
I thought Mr. Tonic. I was trying to look at your picture, Tonic. I thought you were a Mason or something. Are you Mason? Oh, no. Never mind. I thought you were a Mason. My bad. I can't see like that. Shout out to Tonic, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure, man. Man. Well,
inconsistency. I don't know.
I thought you had to go.
I do. You know, we got to put these chats up and all that. Mary, just so you know, I just texted you SKOL Mafia's address, so that should be in your inbox there. Yeah. Thank you kindly, everybody, for joining us. As always, I will be back on at 8:15 tomorrow night with SKOL for Days, where I will break this down a little bit more, just a little bit more. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. SKOL Vikes, and have a great rest of your evening.
Love y'all, man. Let's go.